Hello and welcome. You're with IndiaPostLive.com, India's first live interactive web television. Well, in tonight's show, we are going to talk about the bias of skin color that is ever pervasive in Indian society. Are the efforts that are being taken to change that mindset of skin color consciousness? How successful are we? What are those efforts that are being made? We're going to talk about all those issues, especially in light of the fact that very recently the ASCI, or the Advertising Standards Council of India, has issued guidelines for commercials regarding, lightness, skin lightening or skin whitening creams and fairness lotions and all of that. Let's quickly take a look at the draft guideline that was issued. It is a more detailed guideline, of course, later that came out. The draft guideline said, it's there on your screen, advertising should not directly or implicitly show people with darker skin as unattractive, unhappy, depressed or concerned. They should not portray people with darker skin as at a disadvantage of any kind, or inferior or unsuccessful in any aspect of life, particularly in relation to being attractive to the opposite sex, matrimony, job placement, promotions and other prospects. All right, so that is what the ASCI draft guideline was, and that has been communicated to advertising houses, and of course also the the companies that manufacture such products. So we are going to talk about whether the mindset of being fair is set to change or not. Joining me in the studio, I have with me two young filmmakers. In fact, both of them have been involved in making a film called The Gora Complex. We are going to take a very short, we're going to take a look at a short snippet of that film, but that will come up only later in the show. Let me first introduce them. Zeba Khan. Zeba, hi, welcome to the conversation. And Reema Behel.
Yeah.
Both of you are documentary filmmakers. Tell me, what really inspired you to think of a subject like the Gora Complex? Both of you are, well, fair, wheatish. No? You're not fair?
I don't think I'm fair at all.
You don't think you're fair?
No, not at all.
So you...
Not according to the Indian standards, not at all.
All right.
In fact, it came as a as an inspiration because I've been brought up in a Muslim family. There's notion of you are beautiful only if you're fair.
Right.
And
absolutely.
according to the conventional Muslim families, I'm not fair. So my mother, I mean, of course, from my parents, I've never had to face something of this sort. But then walking into a family where everyone is as white as possible. So I have my cousins and everybody saying, oh, she probably will have some problems when she's in getting married. And my mom and my dad, they used to be like, no, we're teaching her, she's educated enough, she's never going to have a problem. So, I mean, when we were supposed to pitch a proposal for a film, me and Reema, we got together and we were thinking, and
this is for what? Your
this was an educational, when we were studying, we were doing our convergent, mass communication, and in that we were supposed to submit a final proposal in our TV journalism, and that is when we had to pitch, submit a final project, like I said, and it had to be something that was very close to your heart. That was the, that was the condition. Yeah, that was the condition.
Was the condition? I think it sprung up in small little conversations that we would have, sitting at home just talking, hey, you know what, once this happened or once that happened. And we were like, why not, try and discover this further, try and just see this in a broader perspective. We spoke to a number of people, and from incidents, as tiny as don't drink tea, you'll become Sambla, to,
Yes.
oh, where the hell is your sunscreen, and mothers forcing their daughters to wear it, scrub it all over their body, from the uptons to all the jazz. It's, we figured that it's the females in every particular generation that are perpetuating this further, trying to tell their daughters, maybe, of course, there would be so many incidents where this is not happening, but off and on, more than I think the men, it is the females who in themselves or
What-
to others.
What is very, I don't know if you've covered it in the film, we'll take a look at it in a little while, but what is really interesting is in each and every matrimonial ad,
Oh, yeah.
they want a fair woman.
Yes, all of them.
She has to be fair.
Beautiful and
She
fair.
has to be
Yeah.
fair. You know, there is no other way. Boss, sorry, if you're not fair, you're out of the market.
You just, yeah. It's,
That's true.
and like what you see in advertisements, very, very well said that, you know, why is it that if you're dark, you know, you would not get the right job or
You're
you would.
unmarriageable.
Yeah,
You're
it's
unmarriageable,
bizarre.
yes.
It's preposterous, in fact, you know. And what's funny is that if you travel outside and if you see that, you know, people are spending lakhs and lakhs for getting the
Get
perfect tan.
Yeah.
And here, you know, you're like,
It
oh
works
no,
the other
take
way around."
this. Black is out, white is in. I don't know. Perpetuating an idea like this in itself is something that I feel is so regressive for a
Absolutely.
society,
Absolutely.
and more so in North than compared to the other parts of the country. But yeah, to say that it is not prevalent elsewhere would be wrong, because
Yeah, but when even in the South,
Yeah.
I have lived in the South, and I can tell you that, you know, when a girl is by chance fair, very fair in the South, people talk about that. You know, she's so and so, she belongs to so and so community, but she's so fair. You know, you do that. And like, "Achha, she's fair." So it's always somehow fair is good.
You're
Fair
automatically
is
upgraded to a beautiful.
Absolutely, it's a good
become a
thing to be
beautiful
fair, no matter how dark you are inside. Sorry, that just came out. Okay, okay. So let's take a look at some of those ads. We've been talking about these ads, and you know, we've grown up watching those ads on television. You know, whether she's so fair, she's so lucky, and all of that. Let's take a look at some of those ads that we've come across. So you can't be an air hostess if you're not fair. You can't be a dancer if you're not fair. You can't get married if you're not fair. What else do we have? Did I miss something out?
If you're playing tennis and getting tanned in the sun, you still have to be fair, which is like funny.
Yes,
you know?
and also
so,
the whole concept of, remember, your face, your face is fair, but your body is tan.
Oh, yeah.
And it should be
course.
same
That
of
too.
the
That was
So
there
you
too.
can't wear
Yes.
sleeveless. You have to
can't.
wear, you know,
Yeah,
you can't.
absolutely.
Sorry.
You have to be all
You can't show off the
fully
tan.
covered. Yeah.
But how many people really understand that, you know, it's the production of, it's all related to the production of melanin, and, you know, tan can probably be removed, you know, by just getting back indoors for a bit or whatever. I don't know. But the whole fact of, you know, the social bias, the social perception that we have around this whole thing. In fact, we also went out there and spoke to people. We've got voices of the people telling us if they think asking us what they think of the importance of the complexion, of the color of your complexion. Take a look.
Take a moment. Look around. Why are things the way they are? Things that might be irrelevant to some. Why do they wreck the lives of others? Who controls what we are, who we are, how we are? Is fair beautiful? Is dark ugly? Can you control all this?
क्या पीछे से तो मार लगती है बस थोड़ी गोरी होती तो I mean, क्या चलता कैसी भी चलती गोरी होती बेवकूफ़ होती चलती So since that incident I was just like shadow fuckers I'm not going to bother myself with these people.
I saw this weird, or should I call it a disturbing advertisement the other day. It says blackout, whiten. But it just can't be these advertisements. Where does this Gora complex start from?
25 SPF. If you're going for a swim, then you have an 80 SPF. I don't know how many SPFs. I just hope they come up with some 200 SPF and get over with all this nonsense once and for all.
So one day, he took me to a dermatologist and he said, मेरी बेटी को गोरा कर दो. I was like, this was the most humiliating and awkward moment of my life.
Nowadays in fashion, it's considered lovely and it's considered great to have darker models. If your mother says, here, take Fair and Lovely and use this, it's obviously going to reiterate your mindset that the color is wrong.
You're a little plump, you're on the plumpy side, you won't find someone. Oh, you're dusky also. Dude, you're so educated, it's difficult to find you a match.
There was a rishta. Broker said that, party तभी interested होगी अगर लड़की गोरी है जी. How our society is, gora, gora, gora.
I had a dream once about a world like this, without any color bias. But I just couldn't see anything in that dream. It was all black.
I love tea. Because I was so kept away from tea because they thought there was some darkening monster inside that cup. I used to come back and be like, please, ek tu cha. And Ma used to be all like, no cha, cha na. Oh, khane jaave na, no cha. Go doodh khao. I mean, just because it's white doesn't mean I'm going to be any fairer.
In many parts of the world, my color is considered amazing. And yours can be too. It's just that you're meeting the wrong people.
Now I know. I know now. Traversing through these spaces, some known, some unknown, I have been able to gauge the different hues, the different colors of life. And it is not always black and white. There are some portions that are grey too. Yes, there are things beyond our control.
Alright, so that was, I apologize for the error, that was not voices of the people telling us how important their skin complexion is, which we'll come to, but that was in fact a snippet of the documentary film called The Gora Complex, which has been made by Zeba and Reema, who are in our studios right now. I think it was a beautiful and very sensitively done film. And I was also a bit shocked coming from a Bengali household myself. Cha na, doodh khao. I said, excuse me, my mother never did that to me, fortunately. And I'm not fair. I remember when I used to come back from school, and you come back from school, you get burned.
Yeah.
You're out there playing in the grounds, and my mother would be like, oh my God, but she never said any such thing, fortunately. Marriage has never been an issue in my family, or, you'll never get married if you're so dark. But yeah, she said, you don't look nice when you get tanned. She did say that. I must, admit that she did say that. But I think she's okay with how I look now, I hope. Anyway, so now let's get back to what we were just talking about, the people out there and what they think about how important complexion is.
मेरे लिए नहीं है complexion matter. Till the time you can carry yourself well, you can be confident in front of the world and showcase whatever you have to. Complexion doesn't matter. India में matter करता है.
What matters in a person is the way he is, the character he carries on with it. Color complexion does not affect a person at all.
Actually, I don't feel really comfortable in front of black people. Just for a change, black is always hot.
Hypothetically, it's not important. Like, it should not be important in India, but it is important.
60% important, 40% it's not important.
इंडिया में एक तो कलर कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत ज़्यादा है. साउथ के लोग जो बहुत डार्क हैं, नॉर्थ के लोग जो कंपेरेटिवली ज़्यादा वाइट होते हैं, तो यहाँ पे ज़रूरत बहुत पड़ती है उसकी.
Alright, तो नॉर्थ के लोग गोरे होते हैं, साउथ के लोग डार्क होते हैं. I mean, thank you so much.
Color combination बहुत ज़्यादा है.
No, but that's the reality. That is what
Yeah,
people think,
it's
She's
true.
a South Indian, she must be dark. I wonder, I mean, it's but beautifully. I must again congratulate the two of you. Tell me about the
Thank you so much.
responses. Tell me about the responses you got to that film.
It was well perceived. In fact, when the first time we stood on the stage and we were
Yeah.
talking about it, I mean, we felt so passionate
Yeah.
about the movie because it was a very, very intensive movie in the sense of research that went in it. And we spoke to so many people. We went ahead, and in these three protagonists that you see, they've been featured in the movie, we interviewed like a number of people.
Yeah.
And we were like, we became loafers, and we were running around the street talking to women, talking to men, talking to aunties and uncles. What do you think about this? And the kind of responses we got, we were so shocked.
Something
we
like
were so shocked.
what we just saw, quite similar to this. Yeah, that's
You know, more than anything else, getting the response from people and then getting them to agree to speak that, you know, on camera was very tough. A lot of them were in fact discouraged by their own parents, saying that no, you're not going to do anything like this, because primarily
get
the
married.
group, exactly, the people who we were focusing were girls who yet to get married, who
Right.
have undergone things like weird sort of laser treatments that have burned their skins completely. You know, what all would you want to do to just look attractive? You know, whereas for the guy, it's usually the other thing, just, you know, depending on how rich you are, or etc. So it's more than, I think, if we take a broader perspective, more than just it's being a fair versus dark thing, it is also, you know, how it's associated with the idea of attractiveness, like we said. So is our society really more open to accepting people who are more attractive?
But you know, let me bring in another point here. Of course, with males, it has got to do with the salary and the cars you own and the house you. But now even that, you know, you even have these men's fairness products.
I know.
And you know, it promises to. I mean, there is one ad which I've been seeing very recently. It charges your skin, which is kind of giving it the energy because it looks dull and all of that, which is still I think the borderline case. But then when you have a, you know, Shah Rukh Khan coming up and, you know, endorsing a man fair and handsome, I think that's. It's
That's going beyond the line,
isn't it? And for me, my personal objection was to that ad where these women are climbing down the stairs for a puja or something, and somebody's getting married, and she's saying how lucky she's getting married, and the girl who's dusky is thinking she's unlucky because she's not going to get married because she's dusky. I think that is it. But do you think it's changing? Do you think that is changing now?
To some extent, yes. In certain pockets, yes. But to a greater extent, no. Like, you know, from what you said, coming from South, there are people, again, like, very sadly, how this guy said, there are too many skin combinations here in India.
Yeah.
But even down South, you know, certain friends of mine have experienced that, you know, she is relatively less darker than me. So it's easier for her. Even though compared to somebody in North, they would both be dark. So, I mean, yes, in certain cases it is changing to a great extent.
Right.
But if I have to say or choose between a yes and a no, I would say a no. If I have shown the film, we have shown the film, screened the documentary at a number of places, you have to see the sort of response that you get. You were asking about the response. So many of them get so sentimental and emotional with the sort of emotions that it evokes in them. They, obviously, everybody draws a parallel in their own life. No matter which corner of the country you're coming from, there would be one odd incident or the other that you would have faced. And, you know, they would relate to it and they feel like, why? So the question simply is, why not, you know, for society, why is it that you just can't let us be? Let us be, you know, however we are, whatever that entails.
Moving on with the marriageability issue, again, we went out there and asked people whether, you know, are dusky girls marriageable at all? We wanted to know what people are thinking. Take a look.
I always want my partner to be fair and handsome, so it is very important.
You go up on for skin tone and everything like that, it's not gonna work, because at the end of the day a person have to live with person's character, not with the face or not with the color of the face.
If we are talking about love marriage, and it is not important, but arranged marriage, mostly boys give priority to fairer girls.
People prefer the fair bahus in place of, you know, not so fair bahus.
कभी-कभी कलर अच्छा होता है, लेकिन फिर भी कुछ भी नहीं होता.
He's so dark or he's so fair. I just like the man's heart and nothing else. Love.
एक डिमांड होती है कि जो ब्राइड हो वो ज़्यादा सुंदर हो देखने में, काफ़ी नीड होती है एक तो.
Yes.
Needs of the society.
It's a need of the society. You need fair women. I don't know,
because
I'm not feeling
unless
very
you get a fair bahu into the house, you won't have beautiful fair babies. No?
babies.
That's the whole concept.
The progeny must be fair and
must be
beautiful,
fair
and
very
lovely,
nice.
fair and lovely. And well, I believe that, you know, through you, through people like you, and also what the ASCI has done, there might be a change. We are seeing advertisements. You know, advertisements finally reflect society at some level, because that is how you kind of attract the consumers to that product. And the fact is that there is a perpetual bias among consumers for fairness products, and that has been proved.
It is, of course.
It is there. But through efforts of people like you, through efforts of people like ASCA, and through the collective consciousness of advertisers themselves, if there can be a change in society, then a change in this perception, then I think we have won the battle, isn't it?
Not mean that is not stop trying. You need to continue doing it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in fact, our own Bollywood, if you talk about Bollywood, we have had such amazing actors who are dusky, but we love them.
We love them.
We, even being women, we have the hots for them, don't we? I mean, I wish we could be like that. I wish we had legs like that. I wish we had, but they are dusky. So when we have the Bipasha Basus and the Sushmita Sens and the Chitrangada Singh, and Nandita Das, who in fact has been a part of the Fair is Beautiful. Rani, yes, also is wheatish. Priyanka Chopra also, yes, she is dusky.
Was whatever.
I know. Now, Nandita Das has been a part of this campaign, Dark is Beautiful, since 2009. Lara, how could we forget Lara Datta? Another. So these are very, very sensuous and beautiful women out there who are dusky. Yes, yesteryear's Rekha. There we have it, Bipasha. She's the quintessential dusky beauty. I mean, but do you think it's fair that when film journalists write about them, they call them dusky beauty? Do you think that's fair? That's a point I wanted to raise with you guys.
Of course, that is a stereotype that they're obviously establishing at the first go. But yeah, that is how it's played out. I think every time. I think every time it's I mean, what do you say about this? It's just, it's like a part of the culture, it's a part of the society. Every time you talk about, in fact, I was reading this article where Nandita Das, they were talking about the initiative that she's taken up, Dark is Beautiful, and she had a complaint against a newspaper, I would not like to quote, but she said that when they'd written an article about her and about the initiative, they had lightened her complexion. And in the picture that was posted, that was printed, it was lightened. And she wrote a complaint back to them that as to why have you done this?
Yes.
So
there was an airbrushing or something.
Right. They've done something of the sort, which is, I mean, what do you say to this?
Unnecessary, and it defeats the whole purpose of the campaign.
It defeats the entire purpose of the campaign, exactly. If you're
in fact, I'm very glad you brought up the Nandita Das, because we are joined on the phone line by Kavita Emanuel. Kavita Emanuel is the founder director of Women of Worth, and she has spearheaded the campaign Dark is Beautiful since 2009. Kavita, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining India Post Live. Welcome. Can you hear me, Kavita? Okay, let's try and get her audio. I would really want her comments, and I'm sure even you will have questions to ask her. So we'll try and get her back on the line with us. She's joining us on the phone line from Chennai. There might be an audio issue there, but we'll try and take it. Okay, so in the meantime, while the audio is being restored, we again went out and asked people about beauty vis-a-vis skin color, and here's a look at what people had to say.
A person who is beautiful by heart, who care for everybody, who's simple, who's sober, is a person who's beautiful.
You have to be good by heart, not by the face or something.
We cannot say someone who's black is not beautiful.
Our mouth comes, wow, awesome.
Smile should always be there.
All right. So the smile should be beautiful. I got the last one, and I loved the last one. The smile should be beautiful. I think that says it all. But if we talk about the realities of this industry, India's fairness product industry is $432 million market, and it is growing at 18 to 20% per annum.
Good God.
It'll keep on growing, I'm sure.
Do you think this ASCI, I mean, I'm asking you this not because you're filmmakers only, but you're also members of society who have spoken to so many people who are dealing with this issue. So do you think that the new guidelines that the ASCI has come out with, do you think that will be adhered to at all?
In practicality,
because they seem to be quite optimistic that, television commercials will be adhered to by about 92%. They will, and even they are expecting that even the print ads will kind of tone down the insensitivity when it comes to darker women being unattractive. They have very strict guidelines, that employability issues, marriage issues, attractive to the opposite sex issues, that will be toned down. What are your thoughts on that?
I guess getting it twisted and turned and still somehow addressing the moot point, which is, what is allowing this to be a possibly recession-free industry, which is growing, like you mentioned, at the pace of 18-20% per annum. Advertisers, of course, have the knack of doing that, and I think if guidelines like these have been issued, strictly adhering to them is something that I feel is a utopian idea. Do not think would really be achieved. If it's able to bring about some difference, I would love to see that. But frankly, I am not very hopeful.
Not very hopeful?
Not really.
All right. We'll talk about that. But we have Kavita Emanuel back with us on the phone line. She's the founder director of Women of Worth, and she spearheaded the Dark is Beautiful campaign. Kavita Emanuel, I hope you can hear me now. Hi. Thank you so much for joining the conversation on India Post Live, and welcome.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are discussing this entire guideline that the Advertising Standards Council has issued, and we are talking about whether there will be if we can see a change in the bias when it comes to skin complexion. What are your thoughts, ma'am?
Yeah, that's what, when I was asked initially, even, by other media personnel, I was saying that we're really happy with what ASCI has initiated. I would say this is like the initial step. They've taken the very fact that one of India's largest, influential self-regulatory body has taken note of this issue and, have realized the fact that this has to change in our nation is in itself, I would say, a step forward, in a country that is so obsessed with, fairness. And but the result of, they've put out these guidelines. We're very happy with what they've done, but we are yet to see the results, the effect of it. They have said we will see that, this takes effect on television channels and even on in print.
Right.
But we're just waiting with our fingers crossed. We hope there is some sort of change. And obviously they've claimed that, some of the big brands have been spoken to, and they've, mostly they would be taking down these ads. And so we are really looking out to see if some of these ads are going to disappear from our TV screens.
All right.
Yeah.
We have two young filmmakers with us in the studio, ma'am, Zeba and Rima, and they have made a documentary. And they've made a documentary film called The Gora Complex. We just saw a little snippet of that, a little excerpt of that in our studio. I personally loved it. I believe they have something to tell you.
Absolutely. I'm really happy that, they've done something like this, and I really look forward to watching the film. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Kavita. I mean, we'd love to share the file with you, and we'd love to hear your feedback on the same.
Awesome.
Because, to some extent, while researching for the film, the kind of people who we spoke with, I'm sure that, the very fact that you come up with something as great as this, you must have gone across and spoken to all those people. And I wanted to know that, when you spoke with them, how is it, one, that you came up with an idea that, somehow has been able to strike a chord with so many women across the country? And how difficult has it been, frankly, to really ensure the kind of outreach that, it's got today?
Absolutely. The thing is, we I run this NGO called Women of Worth, and we're involved with, we involved with counseling, and we work with schools and colleges a lot. And this issue kept surfacing. And I think I got bits of your conversation. I don't know if I got this right, but there was this statement that one of you said that maybe in the south it's not that bad. I'm coming from the south. This campaign was initiated in the south. I can tell you for a fact this is huge in the South. This issue is huge in the South. And so we found a lot of young women, going through low self-esteem issues, rejection when it came to marriages, and really horrible stories, not just ordinary stories like, I met a groom and they rejected me because of my skin color. There was this instance, I can tell you for a fact, there was one of our, teammates who was rejected a proposal in the UK for a doctor, and this doctor was on a wheelchair. Okay, so he couldn't walk.
Oh my!
So this girl said, I really don't mind. I want to go for the character of the person. So I want to take this proposal forward. The family of the guy come to see her and then go back saying, no, because the girl is dark. Oh my God! This is absolutely ridiculous. And
it's disgusting.
So
No, it's disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for it's just not done.
It's stories like this that, kind of pushed us to start the campaign, and we said enough is enough. And we didn't even know how people would respond, because even while we were starting, people told us, India is a nation with so many other issues. Why do you start something like this? It's not a very deep issue, and so on and so forth. But I'm really glad we started the campaign.
Absolutely.
And, so it's only because people have responded to it. I know that, it struck a chord with so many people in our nation.
Right.
So, that's very, yes.
Thank you so much, Kavita ma'am. It was wonderful to hear your thoughts. And I'm sure that Zeba and Reema can connect with you, and, so that we can take this entire campaign forward. Your campaign of Dark is Beautiful, their Gora Complex film, there can be a tie-up, and I'm sure India Post Live would also love to be a part of this entire initiative.
Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely. Yes.
Thank you so much. This is why we decided to take up this issue as soon as we said, okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the changing mindset and whether at all it is changing. It is of course, it'll take a lot of time. But the fight has begun, the campaign has begun, the battle has begun, and we will fight the war. We will win the war at some point. And I believe Kavita ma'am and Zeba and Reema, with people like you, it has already begun, and we do have a lot of good things happening. So we have been slightly melancholic, we have been slightly pensive about this entire issue of dark skin complex and the Gora complex and this whole attraction for the being fair. However, you do have certain wonderful videos which have been made by people where they are mocking all these fairness advertisements. So let's end the show on a very, very happy note. We will try and be positive when we come back after watching this very interesting video. Take a look.
Doctor, I need your help.
You are very dark.
I hate my dark skin. It is because of my dark skin that I suffer from deep inferiority complex, low self-esteem and domestic violence.
Doctor, please make me like Lovely.
Huh?
Lovely, my Sardarni friend. She's so fair. I want to be just like her. Fair and lovely.
Then you should try. South Asian Paints Fairness Cream.
Now we are fairer than Lovely.
Remember, white family is happy family.
बेटे, कल तुम्हें लड़के वाले देखने आ रहे हैं।
पर माँ, हाँ? मेरी त्वचा। दीदी, इंस्टेंट फेयरनेस चाहिए? तो ये लो। ये?
साधारण क्रीम असर दिखाए 5 दिनों में, पर बजाज CFL से पाइए बस 1 सेकंड में उजला गोरा रंग।
What did you think of it? I love these.
My God.
These are just, I mean, these are things which are just like a slap on your face. You're like, acha, you want to be Gora, take it, you know.
We need more of these.
Yes, definitely we need more of these. We need more of films like yours, Gora Complex. We need more of, because sometimes you can make such powerful statements with humor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Which is what a lot of campaigns on radio does, a lot of parodies, a lot of these campaigns where you're being funny, but you're actually, the point is coming across.
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm really thankful that these things are happening. So basically, I would like to believe that the mindset is changing. The fact that the Advertising Standards Council of India, ASCI, has issued this guideline,
Yes.
the fact that you guys are thinking about it and making these films, such videos, funny videos are coming out, that somewhere things are changing. Maybe not to a very perceptible level, but things are changing, right?
Yes.
Love to believe so. And hopefully should see it getting implemented at the earliest. So yeah. I'd be happy to be hopeful.
Step, but
All right.
It's the first small step, but
Yeah,
let's hope.
exactly. These are all small steps. Absolutely. Thank you so much. It was great having both of you in the
Was a
studio.
pleasure. Yeah.
It was also a pleasure to showcase the excerpt of your film on IndiaPostLive.com.
Thank you so much.
And we would love to have you write in to us also about
Sure.
your experiences on coming to this show. And I would like to thank Kavita ma'am for her wonderful inputs on this entire issue of complexion and the complexities of complexion. Thank you so much. The conversation continues on India Post Live. Please write into us with your posts, your audio and video comments, any personal experiences that you have on this matter. Please share it with us. You can tweet us at #IndiaPostLive and @IndiaPostLive. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.